Welcome. It is September 2nd, 2014, and our topic today is digital citizenship. And we have some links to share with you, and if all goes well, our special guest, Gail Venata of Kamehameha, will come and talk about their wonderful middle school digital program. But she's stuck in traffic right now, and that's the way we roll with Google Hangouts. Sometimes it doesn't, it's not like a huge production, but hopefully she'll be able to come in. In the meantime, we do have some links to share with you, and we're talking about digital citizenship that's embedded in the curriculum, or their classes involved, as that sort of thing. And we had to go elsewhere to look for those. So that's why we want Kamehameha to come on and talk about their wonderful program. So let me introduce who's here. We have all librarians. Yay for librarians. I'm Linda Lindsay, librarian at Seabury Hall. And next to me is Michelle, if you could tell me.
Sure. Hi, I'm Michelle Colt. I'm librarian at Halikula Elementary School.
Okay, and Holly?
Hi, I'm the librarian at Haiku Elementary School.
And Anne?
I'm Anne at Kalani High School in Honolulu.
Great. And Anne just got a new laptop. Yay! I also invited Holly Gates. I'm sorry, not Holly Gates. Holly Gates is here. Jody Brown, who's another librarian, so maybe she'll come on, and we'll see. And then we're hoping for Gail to come on. Okay, so Michelle has some links to share with us. And if you would start off, Michelle, that'd be great.
So, you know, we don't have a formal program at our school, but each year when our fifth graders begin doing research with Weeblies, or I'm sorry, they synthesize their research and they put it onto a student Weebly, we talk to them about what it means to be a digital citizenship. And I like to begin with more you know, their involvement and definitions and what they do, try to find out even from their families, what are their families' rules. And I just came across this post by Craig Badura. I found it on Pinterest, and I love his idea because I think that I could put together a kit like this and then maybe even hand out elements of it to the kids and have them guess what it symbolized. And, you know, remember, I am at elementary school, so I think the 4th and 5th graders could do this well. Or perhaps if I taught them first about digital citizenship, then I could ask them, what do you think these elements are? So I love what Craig did. He's saying that a packet of seeds is reminds us that what we do now online has an impact in our future. And the seeds that you sow now, you know, what kind of seeds are they? Could they grow into a bigger problem? Or is your plant going to be a strong, positive representation of who you are? And then he even puts in a plug and tells them, I thought this was kind of neat, that it's okay to get outside and be a kid, that every day in our lives we need to make time to unplug. And I thought that's an important message too. And I love this idea of having a mirror in there. If you looked in it and saw someone in the reflection, would they approve of what you are doing or saying online? So I think that these are kind of neat ideas just to begin the conversations. And something else I was thinking just now as I'm sharing with you, maybe after we talked about some of our rules at our school and their family rules, I would ask them to bring something that they would put in the digital citizenship survival kit, because then I think they'd even have more ownership. You know, a little while ago I started a Pinterest board, and so Linda, I did put this in the show notes. And I love infographics because I think that it conveys meaning. Our kids are so visual, so this goes through, and you can see some have much more text than others. And like this one wants us to acknowledge, you know, where we found our information. We as teachers need to model how we do things, and even to think about or to talk about appropriate comments. So one thing I like about this infographic is that it sometimes reminds me of things I maybe overlooked. So this is kind of a neat one, and again, it's linked in your bit.ly link. And then I think kind of the real gem that I found is from Edutopia. and this is a digital citizenship resource roundup. What I like about this one is they cover so many different aspects of digital citizenship. You know, as librarians, we think about citing our sources and using copyright-free images and you know, being fair in how we represent things and write about them. But they're reminding us too that it's more than just that. It's the internet safety piece and cyberbullying, the digital responsibility. And I just think this is really neat. So there's just link after link by educators whose names we recognize, you know, Stephen Anderson and Mary Beth Hertz. And so I like it too for the reason that these folks are in the classroom and they're providing us with, you know, resources that they have used. So I don't know, I don't have a lot, Linda, but I think that this is something that people can really dig into. I have noticed, though, in just the past couple of years, a real change in what our students say. You know, at first, students didn't really know not to post last names or to post their birthday or to give out their email or phone numbers, but now the kids come in and they all know that. So I think their parents have been working with them, and I'm really glad to hear that. The one thing we notice at our school is that many of our students have Facebook and Instagram and social media accounts, even though technically they are all under the age of 13 and they shouldn't. But you know, each family has their reasons for why they're allowing this, and I think being that our kids are military kids, they want to stay in touch with their relatives and friends in other places. So I just hope that their parents are still monitoring what they're doing so that they will be sowing, you know, healthy plants, good seeds for later.
Right. It amazes me how much is going on, and schools aren't really addressing it. You know, we're hoping that the parents are addressing it. We don't know.
Right.
It's all, you know, it's throughout everything. So, so I'm interested in the ones that are embedded in the curriculum because it's solid and you can put a handle on it. Yeah.
That's true. You know, and so then the question too is kind of, do we teach it in isolation as, you know, as a lesson, or do we incorporate it into, like I mentioned, our Weeblies that the kids were creating? And actually, I should put another link up. Maybe, you know, when our guest comes or when you folks are talking, EasyBib has some good resources also. And EasyBib is subscription, but there are also resources that are free via EasyBib. So I think that they have some good resources for librarians and teachers as well. And I forgot to mention one of the other links I put up is Common Sense Media. And I know we've spoken about that organization before. They have an app for kids to play on both Apple and Android devices, but then I think other resources on their website as well for teachers and educators.
Well, Edutopia is really a great go-to place as well. And I noticed as you were showing that, Michelle, that the update was today. So I'm guessing that it probably wasn't written today, but they keep adding to it.
Yes. Oh, thank you for noticing that.
So that means that would be a good place to go back and see what the current you know, literature is on digital citizenship.
Right.
I just love that site.
Yes.
Not only do they have links like that, they talk about the whys of, you know, why would you want to do this, the reasoning behind it, and yeah, it's put out, it's sponsored, or I don't know exactly how you would say that, but the George Lucas Foundation is behind Edutopia, and yeah, it's well respected, and they crowdsource, as you showed, all those people. Yeah, so I think that's the key, to have a bunch of people talking in one spot and experimenting together and looking to the future in a hopeful way. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And Common Sense Media I love too. That's cool that you do that at your school. I mean, I'm excited about that survival kit. So creative.
Yeah, that could be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never be able to think of something like that. So that's why Pinterest is so cool. Have you
Oh
been?
yeah, I love
I noticed
Pinterest.
that you're, yeah, got interested in that. Yeah, I love it because people select the best for themselves.
Hmm.
So it's really, really neat.
It's like
Okay,
retail therapy without spending money.
correct. I'm surprised at how controlled I am in there, though. I'll just go dabble and go out again.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised. Some people feel like it's down the rabbit hole, with them. They're collecting here, collecting there, boards here, boards there, pins
Oh
there.
yeah,
Yeah, try to be
yeah.
selective. So far, so good. Okay, any thoughts on Michelle's what she said? Any comments or anything like that from anyone?
The whole digital citizenship is rather new to me, so I'm mainly just learning and listening.
Yeah. Well, I might have mentioned this before, but at our school we don't have any kind of program. And at the beginning of school, I did a little tiny presentation about it and introduced it, saying, "I hope everyone is dealing with it as the opportunity to talk about digital citizenship." Wow, that's a mouthful. Comes up. We'll call it DC. Um, as the subject comes up in the classroom, about taking photos, for instance, that's one, about permission and all. And what I had said to the faculty, this was for a presentation for faculty, I was hoping that they did take each opportunity, each instance as an opportunity to teach or learn with the kids, because we do not have anything that's structured. I'd love to have something that's structured. I have it a little bit, I talk a little bit about it when I do my library presentations and talk about the internet, but that's about it.
Does Seabury have like a computer lab?
We have a couple labs in the library. The middle school has a couple little labs, although some people are going to Chromebooks that go into the classroom. And upper school has a publication lab and another lab as well. But the kids bring their devices to school as well. We're a BYOD institution. We can't afford getting, like one-on-one.
Oh,
And
right.
yeah, and I think, I'm saying this publicly, but I'm not speaking for the school. I think that, it's cheaper for BYOD, and it's not a good thing, I don't think. Well, personally, my opinion is it's not a good thing to lock yourself into technology, because it changes all the time. And I'm not the only one that says that. Other people say that as well. I think I saw an article. Did anybody see that article about the LA district discarding their iPads and deciding they're going to go Google instead?
Oh wow, I didn't realize that.
Tablets. Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
huge. I don't know the politics or the reasoning behind that, but that's a huge investment. And then to say, oops, no, never mind, we'll do something else.
Can't you do Google on the iPads?
You can, but it's not. You can. I should have researched a little better. I'm not sure why they're doing that. This was just a couple days ago that they mentioned that
Wow.
they're not doing iPads anymore. But you're talking, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even millions of dollars. In
Yeah.
the LA district, that's huge. So that's the cool thing about web-based resources. They don't really get, old. You can use your own device, web-based, and I think that's where we're headed. But definitely interesting. Okay, let me show you the one link that I have. I put out a Google form this first time I did it, just to see what would happen. And I asked if anyone, I kind of put it out to the public, I asked if anyone had any ideas of a good a digital citizenship program that's embedded in the curriculum. And so my friend, my Google buddy, Tanya Everett, who's really a dynamo. She's a little girl. She looks like a girl to me. She has a couple of kids. But she is dynamite. Her ideas, not only is she a Google certified teacher, she's an Apple distinguished educator, and she helped to build this particular, can everyone see the digital citizenship program I'm showing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. She helped put this together, basically a curriculum, and she's in Quebec, although now I see she might be in Florida, but she was in Quebec at the time. So this is a Canadian setup, and this particular website has curriculum from, this is talks a little bit about it, but it has different cycles, and cycle 1 is in kindergarten, and it goes all the way up to secondary cycle 2, so it's very well organized. And they have different kinds of, within those levels, are 4 different modules, if you will. One's on communication, one's on awareness, one's on information literacy, and one's on safety and health. And so, for instance, if you went into, let's just go into cycle 3, you can pick your category, and we want to talk about information literacy. I'm guessing this is about 5th grade. I'm not sure. We'll find out. And what do you want to find out about? Okay, let's look at organizing information. So basically, you kind of tune into what you want to do, and then there's a lesson plan. This one's pretty short, but some of them have actual links that you can go to. Okay, this doesn't look as detailed as the others. Let's go back to, I want to show you one that has some of the programs go to separate links that they've picked. So it's got a nice little kind of a rubric here. Oh, this is a scope and sequence, it looks like.
You know, Linda, we can't see, I think, what you're describing. I'm just seeing the harnessing the power of social media. So I think it's the very first page, the home page, Digital Citizenship Program.
That's bad. That's bad. Okay, let me go back. Sorry. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Okay, let me go and check. Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. This is good practice for me.
Oh, there. Now I can see it. Okay.
Okay,
yes,
good.
thank you.
Good. I'm not sure. Okay, let me see if I can. So if I do this, can you see the show notes?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Okay. I'll just stick to this then. Alrighty, so yeah, this is a nice little scope and sequence. Mm-hmm. Nice, you know, just on communication, you can download it. They have all kinds of resources that you can go to on literacy. I wish Tanya was here to do justice to the description. But yeah, definitely a successful program that they've put together. This is Tanya on the right. See how young she looks? She has a couple of kids. Yeah, she is a dynamo. So this was a pet project of hers, and I believe I had G+'d her afterwards, trying to get the backstory behind it. And I guess she must not have checked her G+. Maybe next week I can give an update on the backstory on it. And of course it's 1 o'clock there, so it's really too much to ask for her to come on. But yeah, I put it in the show notes. Lester B. Pearson. It's a good good program that you can check out to see how you could take bits and pieces of it, or just see how one district put it together and doing a great job of it. And that's all I have. Okay, this is kind of cool, this thing at the bottom. There's a stop sharing. Is that something new?
Yeah, I just noticed that today too.
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah.
feature.
Where is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Instead of going back and forth on the screen share, going up to the upper
Mhm.
left with the green box with the white arrow to toggle back and forth,
Right.
now at the very bottom there's a band that says Google is sharing, or your screen is being shared, and then you can just stop sharing. So that's kind of a neat feature.
What's?
And then
I don't see that.
oh,
So I would see it because I'm the one that was screen shared.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you were screen sharing, and Michelle had screen shared, so.
yeah. You know, I just found something else that I've used in presentations before. I want to show you really quick. I love this blog by Matt B. Gomez. He's a kindergarten teacher in, I think, Texas. And I like this quote from, he has a quote actually from Kevin Honeycutt, and I think it's so true. So, you know, my fear is that I love what you just showed us, Linda, but if I tried to get the teachers to sign up for extra library time, I think they'd say to me, I don't have time for that. But then I think this quote kind of illustrates the importance that our kids are growing up on a digital playground and no one is on recess duty. I love that. It kind of puts it in perspective. And actually, what I think, unless teachers have, you know, youngsters in their home, or, I mean, elementary, middle school, high school age kids in their home, or neighbors, or cousins, or nephews, or, you know, someone connected to them, they might not know how much gaming has become so online, so that almost every time the kids connect in a game, you know, you think they're playing on the PlayStation or the Wii, they're actually connecting with players out there in the world. We have no idea who they are, what age, and or even if your child is wearing headphones, what the other players are saying in the game. So I think suddenly, you know, our kids are exposed to so much more than what we sometimes as parents can control, unless we are playing those games with them. But I'm sorry, let me go into what Matt is saying. What Matt's point is, we shouldn't just be teaching digital citizenship. He says instead, and it's right here in the beginning, he actually makes his students, gives them opportunities to be digital citizens by being a part of it. And so his goal as a kindergarten teacher is to build understanding and interactions online with real people, and that showing them that posting means it's online forever. So I believe that, oh, right here he tells us they use Twitter, they Skype, they use Google Docs to build relationships with digital tools. And I just think it's pretty exciting. He's doing this in kindergarten already. And his point is so, so important, isn't it? That we put the technology in the kids' hands and we work with them so that they are good digital citizens. So I really like that. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, I had seen that before, and that touched me as well. Um, One of the arguments that people say is that the kids think they know all about it, right? And no, you can't tell them anything. And I heard, forgive me, but I don't know who said it or where I heard it, but as far as the digital world, the kids know the language,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know the vocabulary. Have you ever heard that saying?
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you know all about it, but you know how to use it. You know what's
Mm-hmm.
appropriate. What I had told my teachers is that there are, you know, yes, the world is changing. Yes, it's going fast. Yes, it's totally upside down as far as what it was like when we were growing up. But they're timeless, and I said it. Now talking, I realized that I said that maybe a week or two ago on this show. Um, there are things that are timeless, you know, like kindness,
Yes.
like being in a community. How does it feel? So if we cannot be in, you know, in the bathroom while they're on their game. We cannot follow them everywhere. So education is key, and setting up like Matt Gomez does so well. It's setting up situations that are real, that people can practice safely in the classroom. Yeah, it's really, really important. One of the things, by the way, I can spill the beans. Well, this is a hope and dream. I've been talking to Linda Yolis. Are you familiar with Linda Yolis?
Yes, right, yeah.
Yeah, she blogs. She was also in the Google Teacher Academy with me. She blogs with her class blogs. She's been doing this for many years now, and they're in 4th grade. And so she even communicates with them via blog, gives the lessons via blog, and she has the whole setup. So every time I ask people, she lives in California, so it's not too bad. She's 3 hours later than us. So she is very much open to coming on our show and talking about how she does that. So I'm really excited about that. That might be in October. I asked her to come on, you know how I work, like tomorrow. But she says, well, we're starting to incorporate Google Apps in our blogging. And so I want to get that started, get it set up, and then how about October? So I said, yes.
Great. Really good.
Anytime, whatever. We would be so happy. Yeah, she is fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
She's living what it's like to get her kids, ready, living what it's like to be in the digital world.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And you know what I like too? It was over a year ago now, I think 2 years ago actually. She had been blogging with her students, and then one of her students went on a trip, I think, and actually continued her blog and posted pictures from that trip, and blogged, and Linda tweeted it out and asked others of us to comment on it. And what I loved about that is that she's giving her kids a voice.
Yes. Yeah. I wonder, is she the one who started Comments for Kids?
Yes. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, but that's a hashtag that teachers use with their classes so that adults like us or any other people can, they're kind of soliciting comments for kids, because when they do these blogs, the kids probably think, oh, no one's going to even read it. So they do kind of promote it for us. So if you do the hashtag Comments for Kids on Twitter, you'll find classes that are doing blogs and invite you to comment. So that is a great way that you can, encourage participation for kids. It's really cool.
Do you think that the teachers who do that they moderate the comments before the kids see them? I mean, I'm sure that people going there are educators and all the comments are good, but you know what I mean? Because it is putting it out there.
Oh, I'm sure they're
nervous.
I'm sure they do.
Well, the other thing that I think is really great with blogging too is we haven't tried it yet, but it's quad blogging, and I think that what that is where there's maybe 4 different classes together, and then they take turns blogging and the others responding. So and then that controls it more too. So everybody who's in your group responding to what you posted. And another service that's really good is KidBlog, it's called. So I know for elementary, I know a lot of elementary teachers and librarians use that one.
Yes, there are a lot of different ways to practice for sure. Okay, I wonder if Kate's going to come, not Kate, Gail is going to come on. Gail Venata, as I mentioned earlier in the program, is supposed to come on. She was stuck in traffic. She's from Kamehameha, and she was going to talk about the Kamehameha Middle School program. And if we don't get her on tonight, I think we don't have anything planned for next week. So I'm going to try again to get her on because it's that good, I think. It combines digital citizenship with Hawaiian values. So they talk about words like pono and just different terms that and it's embedded within the curriculum. I believe they meet a couple. She'll talk about more. We're going to get you on, Gail, even if you're stuck. If you don't come today, for sure next week. Yeah, it's just an amazing program. I saw, from what I can tell, I went to the Schools of the Future last year, the conference where they presented. It was, I think it was Gail and Renee Teraoka, and I was really impressed. So I wanted to make sure that everyone knows about that, because it's a great model, I think. Okay. Maybe it'll be a short one today since our guest is not with us. What do you think? Anything else? Anybody? We don't have to go the whole hour. It's okay. Oh, here. Gail is on the telephone. Hold on a second. Keep talking amongst yourself. Hold on. Hello. Are you home?
Holly, totally unrelated, but I wondered if you are using the Nene list with your students?
That's fine. You know what? Here I am on the Hangout, and everyone's looking at
the Nene award list.
And
no, not really.
So we're going to put you on the spot and ask you if you'd come on next week. Can you? Okay, that'd be great. Yeah, and then we'll, I gave you such short notice, so it just wasn't meant to be today. So maybe next week for sure? Oh, you're welcome. Thanks so much. Okay. Okay, I'll be in touch for next week. Take care. Uh-huh. Bye-bye. Okay, that was a first. She is in McDonald's still.
Oh.
And she said, I thought the Wi-Fi would work, but it didn't. So you know what? It just wasn't meant to be today. So I promised her, well, she promised me, I made her promise that she'd come on next week. So we'll do better. It's just my fault for call myself the procrastination queen. So it's like, okay, you might have been lucky, but you weren't because you didn't prepare. So I've got to get my act together. So yeah, she definitely, Gail will be on next week, and we'll actually get to talk very much in depth. So that's better, I think. Okay, I think we're early today, unless people want to. Oh, we usually do a share at the end. Anybody else want to share something? Usually Anne has something interesting.
Well, I thought of something. I was just thinking that maybe I would see if Barbara, my computer teacher, wants to come on, because I think that she is the one, because since I only have like 3 computers in my library, but she has a whole computer lab. So she might be doing this already.
Doing what?
Digital citizenship.
Oh, that'd be cool. Maybe ask her if she wants to come on next week. Yes, that'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Anything to share, Anne? No. Okay. All righty. I guess we're done then. Michelle, no parting thoughts? No? Okay, so we will continue on, and it'll be next week, and it'll be Gail Venata talking about the Kamehameha Middle School program, and we will have fun doing that. So I guess this is the first time in a while that we've ended early. So without further ado, see you next week.
Bye.
Don't go away, everyone. Bye.